Good morning to you all, dear students of class 8. Welcome back again to our, as usual, English literature class. As all of us know it very well that we had already completed our beautiful poem which I had taught you in my last class, and the topic of the poem was lines composed in a wood on a windy day, which was written by Anne Bronte. In this poem, as you have well understood, I have explained you in my previous class that how the poet Anne Bronte has been really inspired by the beauty of the nature. What are the various objects that inspires her to write such beautiful lines for us to read? So many things are here which she has mentioned in the poem. Out of them, the most important one was the sun itself. Here, the poet has referred sun to be the most powerful object in this universe. She had personified the sun even, isn't it? And how she has explained here the importance of the sun in this universe, which I have already explained you. I hope you have well understood in my last class. If you have not followed it properly, the students, those who have missed my previous class, I suggest all of you to follow my previous video so that you can understand it well and can perform the various other exercise works as well as the question answers. While you read the question answers also, if you have followed the explanation of the poem very well, then it will be much more easier for you to understand those lines, those notes which I shall provide you later on. Okay, so as sun to be the one of the most important object, it plays a very important role in this universe. It plays the role of a gardener too, isn't it? It goes each and every parts of the surrounding, each and every corner, even to the darkest regions of the universe, the houses, even it reaches there, its rays reaches there in order to brighten the surface, brighten the region, so that it can be found very beautiful to observe to anyone, to notice. And beside that, the plants, the creatures, the organisms, they cannot survive in this universe without the presence of sunlight. That's how the poet here has explained very beautifully the various verses of the poem in order to make us to realize and understand the importance of the sun and the importance of the sun's rays in order to sustain life in this universe, which I have already explained you children. So now today what we are going to do is we are going to perform the various grammar exercises works as well as the question answer, and at the same time the reference to the context questions one by one. After this, I will be providing you the solutions, the answers of the grammar exercises also, and at the same time the audio clips of the answers as well as visuals of the answers at the same time, so that it will be much more easier for you to note it down in your notebooks so that you can prepare well for your forthcoming tests. Regarding test, I would like to suggest you children, most of the children are found not taking the test seriously, and at the same time they are found to be remaining absent. I suggest you all to be very sincere and honest to take part in your class hours, to take it seriously, take the test time to time whenever it is held, so that it will be much more advantageous for you for the coming days in the year in this session. Okay, so let us do the exercises and question answers now. Okay, let us start with the grammar exercise first. Topic: making connections. Number 1, choose the correct answer. In each and every question there will be 3 options provided to you. Out of these 3, you have to choose any one correct option. Very easy work for you. Let us start with A. The poem is set. Option 1, in a wood. Option 2, at the seashore. Option 3, in a market. And the correct option is number 1, in a wood. Coming to next, number B. In this poem, Anne Bronte describes the effect, number 1, the wind has on her, the earth and the ocean. Option 2, She has on the ocean, the earth, and the wind. Option 3. The ocean has on her the earth and the wind. Out of these three, and the correct option is number 1. The wind has on her the earth and the ocean. Now coming to the last number, that is C. The pattern of the rhyme scheme is option 1 AB AC, option 2 AB AB, and option 3 AB BA. Out of these three, the correct option is option 2, that is AB AB. In this way, we come to the end of this grammar exercise, making connections. Now we move on to the next number, that is number 2. Read these lines and answer the questions that follow. Let us start with the very first extract, children, that is extract A. My soul is awakened, my spirit is soaring and carried aloft on the wings of the breeze. Related to this extract, there are 3 questions, 1, 2 and 3. Let us do with the first. Question number 1. What causes the poet to feel joyful? And the answer is here for you, children. The wild wind roaring causes the poet to feel joyful. Once again, the wild wind roaring causes the poet to feel joyful. Question number 2. What, according to the poet, is carried with the breeze? And answer, it is here for you. According to the poet, her soul and spirit is carried with the breeze. I repeat, according to the poet, her soul and spirit is carried with the breeze. Question number 3. What does the poet mean by soul is awakened? The answer is here for you, children. The poet means by soul is awakened that to be in a state of higher level of awareness or to be highly active. I repeat, the poet means by soul is awakened that to be in a state of higher level of awareness or to be highly active. Now we move on to the next extract, that is number B. I am going to read out the lines first. Listen it. The long withered grass in the sunshine is glancing. The bare trees are tossing their branches on high. Related to this, here is the first question for you. Number 1. Explain the long withered grass in the sunshine is glancing. Related to this, here is the answer to you. The very first answer, B1. Here it means that even the long dried grasses in the meadows are found to be shining when the sun's rays fall over them. I repeat the answer once again. Here it means that even the long dried grasses in the meadows are found to be shining when the sun's rays fall over them. Question 2. Which season of the year is it? How do you know? Here is the answer for you, children. It is the autumn season in progress. It is because the bare trees are found to be tossing their branches high above. I repeat, it is the autumn season in progress. It is because the bare trees are found to be tossing their branches high above. Now let us move to question number 3. Why are the trees tossing their branches? And the answer is here. The trees are tossing their branches because of the blowing of the breeze around them. Repeat. The trees are tossing their branches because of the blowing of the breeze around them. Okay. Now let us move to the extract C. I am going to read out the lines first. Listen it. I wish I could see how its proud waves are dashing and hear the wild roar of their thunder today. Related to this extract, there are three questions here too. I am going to begin with the first question. What does the poet want to see? And the answer is here. The poet wants to see the waves of the ocean dashing. I repeat, the poet wants to see the waves of the ocean dashing. Question number 2. Why are the waves called proud? Here is the answer for you. The waves are called proud here as it is free to go ahead and struck against the shore with a rolling thunder. I repeat the answer for you children once again. The waves are called proud here as it is free to go ahead and struck against the shore with a rolling thunder. Question 3. Give an example of personification from the line above. And the answer is here for you children. The example of personification in the above line is proud waves. I repeat the answer once again. The example of personification in the above line is proud waves. Now we move on to the question answers children. Here is the question number 3 for you. Describe the rapture of the earth. And the answer is here. Please note it down. Here the rapture of the earth means the various objects of the earth like plants, trees, mountains, clouds, etc., which are found to be shining or gleaming by the presence of the sunlight, glorifying the beauty of the earth, which amuses the poet as well as us. I repeat the answer for you once again. Please note it down. Here the rapture of the earth means the various objects of the earth like plants, trees, mountains, clouds, etc., which are found to be shining or gleaming by the presence of the sunlight, glorifying the beauty of the earth, which amuses the poet as well as us. Question number 4. What sounds are mentioned in the poem? And the answer is here. The sounds of the roaring wild wind and the sounds of the thundering waves of the ocean are mentioned in the poem. I repeat the answer once again for you. The sounds of the roaring wild wind and the sounds of the thundering waves of the ocean are mentioned in the poem. Question 5. Which words and phrases evoke the turbulence of the ocean? Answer is here for you. The words like the foam of its billows to whirlwinds of spray evoke the turbulence of the ocean. I repeat the answer. The words like the foam of its billows to whirlwinds of spray evoke the turbulence of the ocean. Now we move on to question number 6. If you had to give an alternative title for the poem, what would it be? Give reasons for your answer. As you know, children, here you are asked your personal opinion about the poem. Isn't it the topic of the poem, the title of the poem? So, therefore, this question you are supposed to perform it as your homework. So, now we move on to question number 7. Give examples to show how the poet's mood is reflected in the nature. And the answer is here. The poet is inspired by the nature and its looks. She feels as if floating high above in the air, experiencing a lot of happiness after realizing its beauty. She is also fascinated by the looks of the treetops, tossing its heads, and the dancing of the dead leaves beneath because of blowing wind, and the scudding of white clouds in the clear blue sky. I repeat the answer for you once again. The poet is inspired by the nature and its looks. She feels as if floating high above in the air, experiencing a lot of happiness after realizing its beauty. She is also fascinated by the looks of the tree tops, tossing its heads, and the dancing of the dead leaves beneath because of blowing wind, and the scudding of white clouds in the clear blue sky.